You know what happens when America gets serious about muscle cars? You get something like this, the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro SS. It's not just a throwback to a golden era of V8 brutes, it's also a machine that's trying to keep one foot in the future. This latest generation of the Camaro SS arrives with sharper styling, updated tech, and a more refined driving experience than ever before. But don't worry, it hasn't gone soft. It still delivers that raw, thunderous punch that makes you grin like a lunatic. So, is it the ultimate performance bargain? Or has Chevy tried too hard to turn a muscle car into a sports coupe? Let's break it down. The 2026 Camaro SS keeps its 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, but now it's been massaged to produce 480 horsepower and 470 lb-ft of torque. That's a noticeable bump over the previous version, and it feels it. The throttle response is sharper, and there's a newfound eagerness to climb through the revs. The torque comes in early and hangs around well into the mid-range, making overtaking and acceleration brutal in the best way. Chevy's retuned exhaust system amplifies the growl into a proper bellow, especially when you switch to sport or track mode. It's not artificial either. There's no piped-in noise nonsense here, just pure, mechanical muscle music. With a new 10-speed automatic transmission option, shifts are quicker and more intuitive, though purists will be pleased to hear the 6-speed manual is still available. On the road, this thing feels alive. It's aggressive without being twitchy, and refined without dulling the experience. The V8 power plant continues to be the heart and soul of the Camaro SS, and in 2026, it feels more potent and more sophisticated than ever. The chassis of the Camaro SS has always been good, but for 2026 it's been further refined with better weight distribution and a slight increase in structural rigidity. The result? More confidence in the corners. Even though it's a traditional front-engine, rear-wheel drive layout, this thing grips like it's glued to the tarmac. Magnetic ride control is still here, and it's been recalibrated for even quicker responses, allowing the car to adapt instantly to road imperfections and driving style. It doesn't roll or pitch like you might expect from an American muscle car. It feels almost European in how it manages its weight. The steering is sharper too, with better feedback than before. Turn-in is crisp, and there's a lovely balance mid-corner that lets you play with the throttle to adjust your line. It's not just fun on a straight, it's genuinely engaging on twisty back roads and even holds its own on a track day. The SS finally feels like it's found the sweet spot between brute strength and chassis finesse, something its predecessors never quite nailed. For 2026, Chevrolet has dialed up the exterior design without going overboard. The new Camaro SS has a more aerodynamic front end with a lower, wider grille that looks menacing but functional. The LED lighting is sleeker, with DRLs that carve sharply into the fenders. The hood now features functional heat extractors that not only look aggressive but help reduce underhood temperatures during spirited driving. Around the back, you've got quad exhaust tips neatly integrated into a reshaped diffuser, and a subtle lip spoiler that gives off proper performance vibes without being flashy. Chevy offers new wheel designs too, and they fill the arches better thanks to slightly wider tires that improve grip. There are a few new paint colors exclusive to the SS trim, like Nitro Blue Metallic and Crimson Forge, which highlight the sharper body creases and give the car a more upscale performance look. While it's unmistakably a Camaro, the 2026 model looks leaner and more refined, but it still has the presence to turn heads when it pulls up at a stoplight. This isn't retro for retro's sake, it's modern muscle, styled with purpose. Inside, the 2026 Camaro SS makes some long overdue improvements. The cabin is now better insulated, with more premium materials across the dashboard and door panels. Soft-touch plastics replace the hard, cheap-feeling ones from before, and optional suede inserts on the seats and steering wheel give it a more driver-focused ambience. The highlight is the new 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, which is fully customizable and crystal clear. A redesigned infotainment system with an 11-inch touchscreen sits neatly in the center stack, running GM's latest software that's quicker and far more intuitive. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and there's now a wireless charging pad that doesn't let your phone slide all over the place when you're having fun. The seating position remains low and sporty, but visibility is still a sore point thanks to thick pillars and a high belt line. Rear seats? Still laughable. But that's expected in a coupe like this. Front seat comfort is much improved, though, especially with the optional Recaro performance seats. Overall, it's a much nicer place to be, modern, focused, and no longer feeling like an afterthought. When it comes to value, the Camaro SS undercuts a lot of its competition. You're getting nearly 500 horsepower, a proper rear-wheel drive platform, adaptive dampers, Brembo brakes, and a limited slip differential for less than what you'd pay for some four-cylinder European sports cars. Starting around $47,000, the SS feels like a proper performance bargain. Sure, adding options can push it into the mid-50s, but even then, it's hard to find this level of speed and handling finesse at that price. Plus, you're not just buying horsepower, you're getting real capability here. Track-ready equipment, useful drive modes, and durability that's been tested through years of brutal driving make it more than just a one-trick pony. Fuel economy? Well, it's a 6.2-liter V8, so don't expect miracles, but cylinder deactivation does help on the highway. Insurance and maintenance costs are also manageable compared to more exotic competitors. And because this is likely one of the last gas-powered Camaros ever, there's also that future collector appeal to consider. Practicality has never been the Camaro's strong suit, and the 2026 SS doesn't exactly rewrite the rulebook. The boot is still small, with a narrow opening that makes loading anything bulky a challenge. Backseat space is virtually non-existent for adults, so it's best left for bags or kids. That said, Chevy has improved small storage areas up front, with better cup holders and a decent glove box. The door bins are shallow, and the center console is still tight, but hey, it's a muscle car. You're not buying this thing for IKEA runs. What it does offer is livability when you want it to calm down. Put it in tour mode and it settles into a relaxed cruiser. The suspension softens, the exhaust quiets down, and you could easily take it on a long highway trip without needing a chiropractor afterward. It even has a suite of driver aids like blind spot monitoring, forward collision alert, and adaptive cruise control. So while it's not practical in the traditional sense, the 2026 Camaro SS is much easier to live with than you might expect from something this powerful. So, what's the verdict on the 2026 Chevrolet Camaro SS? It's still a big, brash, V8-powered American coupe, but it's also more refined, more capable, and far more modern than before. Chevy has successfully managed to evolve the formula without compromising the raw, tire-shredding character that makes the SS badge so iconic. It now competes not just with other muscle cars, but with genuine sports cars, and holds its own. The performance is thrilling, the looks are aggressive, and the tech finally feels up to par. Sure, it's not the most practical car, and rear visibility remains frustrating, But those are minor complaints in a car that delivers so much excitement for the money. If this is one of the last hurrahs for the gas-powered Camaro, it's going out in style and with one hell of a noise.